5-10 सेकंड बाद आप बोलना चालू कर दीजिएगा, ठीक है?
So, hi everyone, how are you? Hi there. So, I can see like whoever is new in the chat, like first type hi. I'm Adarsh Kumar. I'm coach at Premier Chess Academy. I'm federated international coach. I'm just taking the classes from having an experience of 5 years, and I'm with Premier Chess Academy from like 2 years. Our academy just like operate in like 20 different countries, and we take the classes for across the world. Generally right now I'm just operating in US and India. And as I can see in the chat, there is one kid like Yash, who is like also in the Premier Chess Academy. That's very good. Hello Yash. And like to all of you who are in the chat, please type hi so that we can see and know who you are. You can also type your name. I'm just waiting. Okay, so yeah, I can see that only Yash has just with the hi. Another can like just give me a thumbs up if you are already here and you are watching this video. And in today's session, we are just gonna discuss about a very exciting attack with white pieces, and that is known as fried liver attack. I can just write the name of the thing, that is, you can see on the left side, fried liver attack. And we can see there are some people in the chat. That is Kundan. That's very good, Kundan. And Setu is also here. And we see that, like, let's see how you are feeling right now. Can you just tell me, are you excited to learn the fried liver attack? And those people who are already know about it. So, do you remember the lines of fried liver attack? If you remember, Setu, Kundan, just type yes if you remember the moves. And if not, just type yes that how you are feeling, that we are gonna discuss about the idea. Yes, we can see there are more people here, so we can go with the fried liver attack. So we can start our game. So this game start with a very normal move, that is e4. An opponent respond with e5. So all of you know that this is a very standard opening. Almost all of the games which we have seen start with e4 and e5. Pretty normal setup. And after that, what we will do is knight f3. So why knight f3? Like knight f3 is one of the moves that we should do in the opening fundamentals. And those who don't know about the opening fundamental is the thing in which we just try to control the center. So by playing the pawn, we control the center, like taking two squares, and then we play the knight f3, adding some pressure to this pawn. So your opponent just responded with knight c6, protecting the pawn. So now at this point, we will play bishop c. So you can see that we have developed our knight and bishop, which is focused on the center. And also, if you will look closely, you will get to know we have an hidden target, that is f7. So all of us know, like for you, if you don't know, that f7 is the weakest square in the, like you can say, in this black position. Why is that? Because it is only protected by the king. And in most of the opening, we target this weak spot and we try to reach that square and attack the king. Even if you play the scholar's mate, it is another opening which we are going to discuss in our coming videos. But for now, we will also try to do like deliver a checkmate with the fried liver attack, right? So how does the fried liver attack begin? So the thing is that when opponent play knight f6, keep in mind your opponent must play knight f6 to execute the fried liver attack. So now you can see that position has been already set up. Opponent has played knight f6. So we will play knight g5. So I think that till now everybody is following, and if you are following, you can just type yes, I got it, or you can just type a yes if you understood. Yes, okay, we have paused, we are here, and I think that all of you are following till now. Please type yes if you got till now. And if there is any doubt, you can also ask in the chat like I doesn't got that move. And I'm giving you 1 minute to do so. Yes, so I hope, yeah, Kundan has understood. He just typed yes. What about Setu Yajna? Yes, Yajna has understood till now. That's very good. We have another people who said thumbs up and yes, that's right. You can just type your name and yeah, we have. Okay, okay. Yajna is excited about the thing. We see that he has typed 2 times yes. So now we can go for the other peoples like who can also say that we can't see the message of Setu. Maybe he doesn't got it, or yeah, let's see. We can proceed with this. Now we have attained this position where our bishop is already at c4 and knight is at g5. Our target is very simple. As I told you, we are targeting the f7 and this is a fly lever attack. So what we can go ahead right now, you see that in this position we are targeting that pawn with 2 pieces. So can you tell me how black can save this position? If you know, just type the move in the chat. Like how can black save this position? What would be the correct move? Very good. Yeah, we got you. Like all of you understood. Just type in the chat like how does black will respond to this position. Type the move. You got 2 minutes to find the move here. Okay. Yeah, we see there are some people who already know about the Traxler, we see that. And there are some people who responded with Queen e7. And there are the moves such as Bishop c5. So we will first go with Queen e7. So if your opponent responded with Queen e7, then it would be not a great thing for him to do, because now you can just capture this pawn with the knight, taking one pawn and attacking this rook. And if this rook moves, you can again move back your knight and attack this rook with a discover attack. So Queen e7 seems to be not the best move, because if they play Queen e7, we are easily able to get that pawn and also attack the rook. Now we can go for the another variation. Like we can go for the another variation. That is, yeah, I see that volume is low. Like we see that. Okay, so I'm just trying to like put the volume a little bit high, and I hope you will be able to understand. Now, if the volume is right, tell me in the chat if you got the thing. If you are like able to hear it properly now. Like, am I audible? Yajna, Setu, Kundan, just tell me. Yes, everybody can respond if you are not able to hear it. Yeah. So now we can go with the another move that is suggested d5, which is the move suggested by almost all of you. So if your opponent plays d5, so what we have to do? We will first capture this pawn. And now you see that opponent will capture this pawn with the knight. So when opponent will capture this pawn with the knight, what we have to do is, now we will execute the most destructive move of this position that will make you to win this game in 10 moves, that is knight to f7. You may ask, like, there are the thing that you are attacking the queen and you are attacking the rook right now. So this is a forcing move. What is a forcing move? Let me just tell you first. Forcing moves are the moves that the move which you play to which your opponent must respond. Like forcing moves are the moves to which your opponent must respond. because right now you are attacking the queen and a rook. He can't simply ignore this, because if he ignore, he will lose the queen. And even if he save the queen, you will just take the rook. So what we should do right now? Like we did a knight 7, knight f7. So what opponent should do right now? Just type in the chat. Yeah, just tell me what should opponent do right now. Yeah, all of you share your move that what opponent will do. I'm waiting for 1 minute for your response that what opponent will do. Yes. Okay, like look at here. We will go for one variation where opponent just capture your. You may ask what will we do if the opponent capture the knight? Then we will play the queen to f3. So now why we have played the queen to f3? So we are attacking this king and this knight at the same time. This is known as double attack, which we have already learned. Like the kids in the session, I can say that Kundan and Yashna, like we have already learned about the double attack in our session. And those who are new to it, we will tell you that when you attack multiple pieces at the same time, or when you just create two threats at the same time, is known as double attack. So now you can see there are few safe squares for the king, such as this. So I just mark them so that you can able to get it. So these are the green square. This is one of the red square, and yeah, this is one square where the king can go. Let me just mark it first. Yeah. So now you can see these are the few squares where the king can go. So first of all, we will go with one variation where the king can go to the f8, like g8. If king goes to g8, it can lead to an immediate loss of this position, because now you will capture the knight on d5 with the bishop. And now if your opponent want to like make this game a little bit long, then he will capture your bishop and you can capture this queen, leading for only one possible move for your opponent, that is bishop e6, which will ends up in a checkmate. You capture the bishop, that is a checkmate. So you got to know that if king goes to g8, you can easily win this game by capturing this knight and winning the game. And if your opponent play the king to any of these green squares such as g6, e7 or e8, then you just have to capture this knight with the bishop. Let me tell you how. If you move your king to e7, you just capture the knight with the bishop, taking the knight which you have already given up earlier, and also then you are just, you can see that you have already exploited his king. He can't castle right now, and in coming moves you will be able to play d5 and bishop g5, attacking the king and the queen. Another position, let's say if the king goes here. So now the king goes here. Can you tell me what will be the best move right now? Just type in the chat. You got 1 minute to type the answer that what should we do right now. Yes, all of you. Waiting for your response that what should we do right now. Yeah, I see that Yajna has just sent one move. Now all about you guys, what should we do right now? I told you already, if king goes to these green square, what to do. Let's see if you remember or not. Yep, you have to type the move that what should we do with the white pieces right now. We have a move suggestion queen g3. Okay, we have a move suggestion bishop d3. Okay, we can get to it. Let's see if anybody will be able to find the correct move. And yeah, we see that one Yash has found the correct move, and Kundan, that's not the move. You can try it again. I'm just waiting for you guys. I gave you more 30 seconds to find the correct move. Kundan, Yajna, and yeah, we can see there are some people also that who haven't found the correct move yet. but I hope you will be able to find it. It's not very difficult. You just need to do the thing. You have to look at the piece which is being attacked by two pieces and capture it. Yeah, yeah. We see that you got the correct move. You have to capture this knight with the bishop. So now you can tell me, like, now in this position, if your opponent play any moves, such as, let's say they have played the bishop, I am just taking as a random move, so that he can protect the knight. Otherwise we will capture this knight with the bishop, and then we will capture it with the queen and giving a check to them. So that's why they have protected them. So if they do so, then it is very easy for us to like hunt down this king. Now the sequence follows. You have to move your queen to f7, attacking the king first. If the king goes here, now you can play a discover attack. So can you attack this king with a discover attack? Those who don't know, like, discover attack is one other tactics which we have gone through the session, that we have to move our pawn to d4, attacking this king. Now you can see that this bishop is attacking the king, this pawn is attacking the pawn, and if they will move the pawn, we have another move right now that will also be very like disastrous for your opponent, that we play the pawn to h4. Now you see that this king is almost trapped. He can't go here because of your queen. Now neither this is square because of your queen. This pawn can't move because of your bishop, and if you capture this pawn, it would be a checkmate. Do you got that, all of you? Let's see if your opponent played, try to make a queen exchange. So should we capture this queen or not? Tell me. Tell me yes if we should capture the queen, and tell me no that we should not capture this queen. Tell me. Yajna, yes, Kundan, and yeah, all of you in the chat, just type me that, like, should we capture this queen or not? Waiting for your response. You got 3 minutes, like, to type should we capture this queen or not. Type yes if we should capture the queen, and those who are able to find the correct move, that how should we, like, how will we able to win this game, type the move. It is mate in one. You can do the checkmate in one move, and we see that one of you have found the correct move. That's amazing. Let's see, I'm just waiting for other. Yeah, that's correct. We should not capture the queen. That almost all of you have found the correct move. Very good. I got very talented like viewers in this chat, and that's really great. So we should capture this pawn with the bishop, resulting in checkmate, and we should not capture the queen. Excellent. We found the thing. Now we can go back to the position, and yeah, the king was at f7, and we got to know that if queen goes to the, yes Aditya, I can see you. So now you can see that if the king goes to g6, what happens we know. If king goes to g8, we are easily able to win this. So what if the king goes to e8? What should we do? Yes, what we should do right now? Again, the same thing, all of you. We have to capture this knight with the bishop, aiming for the checkmate. Can you see that, all of you? We will again capture the knight. Yes, Abir, we got you. Hello, Abir. Welcome here, and just try to understand that we are understanding a good fight tri-liver attack against the black pieces, and we are trying to win this game in like as soon as possible with the devastation attack. Now you can see that we have captured the knight on the d5, attacking this king, and yeah, let's see if the king goes to another square. So we have discussed already, if the king goes to any of these green square, we will capture the knight with the bishop, and if the king goes to red square, it will immediately end up this game. So what if, now we are gonna go for the best move of this position, that is if king plays e6. Now if king plays e6, you have to be very cautious, because now you have already given up your piece earlier at f7. So now if you are not able to control this position, you will eventually lose it, because you can see your opponent has one additional piece that you have sacrificed in the opening. So you should make an attack from now only. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to win. Can you find the correct move in this position? Because there is already an absolute pin right now. So can you find the correct move in this position? And the sequence of move that we will follow right now. That's right. We see that in the answer that one of you have found the answer, that what should we do right now? I'm just waiting for others to like type the answer. You got 1 minute to type the correct answer in the chat. Just share your idea. Whatever it is welcome. Just share your idea. It's not to be 100% correct. You just need to type that whatever you think in this position that we should do. Yeah. You see that everybody is typing the correct answer only. Very good. I got the thing that everybody is like right now like much known out to this thing. Okay, the correct move is knight. Okay, bishop to d8 is one of the move suggestions. So, like, how will we play the bishop to d8? It is not technically possible, Yash. So what we have to play is knight to c3. That is right. Everybody have found the move knight to c3. And if we play the knight to c3 right now, you can see that we are attacking this knight with three pieces: the knight, the bishop, and the queen. And your opponent is protecting this thing with two pieces, queen and king. So if your opponent doesn't protect the knight with any pieces and he play any random move, let's see the queen or the bishop, then he will eventually lose this knight with a check, and then he has to move the king pad, in which you can again attack this king with a check. King goes back, and if it goes back, you can again give a check. King comes here. Now you can just give a check, and now can you find a Can you hear me? Now can you hear me? Hello? Am I audible? Hello there. Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking, just checking. Calm down, all of you. I'm just checking. Yeah, so the thing is that, like, we see that I have just fixed the thing. Now I see that you will be able to hear me. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, all of you are able to hear me. We got like a little bit of technical difficulties, no problem about it. But now you are able to hear me. That's fine. So this is the position where you have to find the checkmate in one move. So just find it. How will you do a checkmate in one? Just find the checkmate in one. Yes, all of you, you have 3 minutes to find the checkmate in one. And one of you have already found the answer. That is really great. We are looking for the another answers that how will we do the checkmate right now? Yes. Okay, that's great. We got Kundan has found the correct answer. That's very good. Yeah, we see that another people are also finding the correct answer. That's very good. And that's amazing that we have to move our knight to e4. That is resulting in a checkmate. Very good. Now we go for the another sequence of this fry liver attack, where if your opponent play the best move, that is knight to b4. Not playing the bishop, but he has also protected his knight with the knight. So now you see that knight is protecting the knight, queen is protecting the knight, and king is protecting the knight. So you see that these three pieces are protecting the knight, and our three pieces are also attacking the knight. So if you are thinking that we should trade the pieces, then we should not. Because if we will trade the pieces right now, we will be not in an advantageous position. The thing is that if you will capture this knight, then it will lead to the sequence of move in which we will lose three pieces and they will lose three pieces, but they will be in advantage. The reason is that, let me just tell you, if you capture the knight, they will capture the like the bishop with the knight, and if you capture their knight, then they have to capture your knight. We capture the queen and they capture it. And now in this position, you can see that your opponent is winning because he have one more bishop than you. And that is sufficient to win this game. So what you need to do here is to play a move. And we got a move suggestion from one of you that we should move the pawn to a3. That's not a bad approach. That's very good. We see that some of you wants to move the pawn to a3. Let's see what will happen if the opponent play pawn to a3. So they will capture the pawn on c2, making a double attack. Then what will you do? Just type in the chat. Those who wants to go with pawn a3, please type what will we do if they do a double attack. Yeah, all of you wants to go for pawn a3. So we did pawn a3 and now knight has just captured the pawn on c2, making a double attack. How will you continue this position? Yeah, we see that there are the different moves, and we see that there are someone is typing about what to do with the king, where we will move. No, Abir, we should not have that option. You don't have that option, Abir. You have to find the another options. Yes, Kundan, that is right. We are going good. That's right, Yashna, that's right. And yes, Abir, you don't have that option. You should look for the better options. Yeah, the right move, like we can see that we can go with this variant where the king goes to d1, and if they capture our rook, then we have to capture this knight with the bishop. Now, if the king goes here, so now how will we continue this variation? I can just tell you, it is a little bit longer variation, which is checkmate in 11. Still, we can just try to understand how can you get to best of it. You give a check with the knight. If king goes here, now you have to first of all, capture this pawn with the bishop, attacking the rook. So your opponent will capture your bishop, and then you will capture this bishop. So you are protecting the knight. You can see that we are not so good in this position, but it's still his king is very vulnerable. You can see this king is an exposed king, which can be attacked by many pieces. Here's the thing, if your opponent wants to move the bishop, or let's see, the best move, if your opponent wants to go for that, what if the king go like rook goes to b8? If the rook goes to b8, you can just immediately give a check with the pawn, and now king will come here. If king will come here, you will give a check with the queen. So once you give a check with the queen, now you have to find a safe square for this king. Just tell me what is the safe square for this king. Yeah, that's really great. Let's see. We can see that over here we have gave a check with the queen. So where does this black king will go? What is the safe square for this black king? Tell me. Yes, what is the safe square for this black king? Just type a safe square for this black king. That where does this black king will go? We see that some of you have found that there are two possibilities for this king to go, because these square are covered by your queen and this square is covered by your queen. This is by the knight. So there is only two possibilities where the king can go, either b3 or e3. So let's just look at it. First of all, if king goes to b3, if king goes to b3, then what we should do right now? Yeah, b3, that's good. So what we should do right now? We can give a check with the queen. Queen to e6. Now you can see that king has only one safe square. If you look at closely, that safe square is a4. So can you find a checkmate right now? All of you in the chat, find the checkmate right now. How will we do the checkmate right now? Yes, I know that all of you are like really very good in the chess. I can see that from your responses, and you will be able to find a checkmate. Yes, I'm just waiting for your response that what should we do right now to do the checkmate? Oh, it is not with the black pieces because we have given a check. Yeah, we see that you have to do a checkmate. Yeah, we got the answer from one of you. That is correct. That is a checkmate. And yeah, let's see about the others. Will they able to find? Yeah, we see that like many more people are finding the correct answer. That's right. That's right, Yashna. That's right, Abir. And that's right, Kundan. What about the others? Yeah, that's it. Like Setu is also able to find the correct move. Yeah, that's it. You just type one time. That's enough. Like we can go for the thing. And now, what about others? Are you able to understand that the correct move over here is knight c3, which is again resulting in checkmate? Now, let's just go for the initial position where you have suggested the move pawn a3. So now the point is that here, if the opponent move the knight, we are able to play a3 and we are able to win this game with mate in 11. Now another thing over here, that is if you play the pawn to a3 and he doesn't capture the, like he captured the pawn, and if you move the king here, they will move the knight here. So in this case, what we should do? They haven't captured your rook and they just move the knight back. Then what should we do? I can just tell you what should you do right now, but I can just give you 1 minute to think that what should we do. Yep, that's right. We see that one of you have again find the correct answer in this position. That is really great. And like all of you are able to find the correct answer. Amazing that you are you know the like very correct move. Yeah, we take the knight with the bishop and king goes here. So can you find a checkmate in two right now? It is a little bit tricky, but yeah, I hope all of you will be able to get it easily. Just try it out. If you found the first move correctly, it would be very easier for you to find the move. You can see this king is like right now covered with the pieces. You just need to cover this back rank. Then you will be able to do a checkmate. Okay, we see that some, but yeah, that's right. We can just go with the move. So right now, in this position, we have to move our queen to f7. So now you see that we are covering this back square with the queen and this frontal square with the bishop. So now the only safe square for the king is right now these two. And if your opponent offers a queen trade, should we accept this? Let's say if he accepts, like if he just offer us a queen trade like this, should we accept this queen trade? And if we should not accept the queen's trade, then what should we do? Find the move over here and tell me what we should do. You can see these squares are covered by your bishop. This square is covered by your queen. These are the safe square for the king. So how will we continue here? And that's again correct. We see that one of you have found the correct move here. Let's see about the others. Yes, that's right. We have seen the answers. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Okay, okay, we see that there are two people, Abir and Yashna, are just thinking about the moves. There are some suggestions that knight b5, and there are some suggestions that we can go for the another thing that is knight e4. And some of you wants to like, yeah, queen f7 is already done. We have to go for the another move. So yeah, we have two sides of people. One's those who wants to go for knight b5 and another's who wants to go for knight e4. Let's see if we move the knight to b5. If we move the knight to b5, then he will just capture our knight. No problem in that. Or else, like, he can just move our king, like his king. No matter what, but this knight is not gonna be very longer in this position. Because this knight can be attacked by two pieces simultaneously, that is queen and knight. So knight b5 is not a correct approach. So the correct approach is yes, those who are thinking knight e4, you got it right. You are thinking like a master's because your bishop is protected by the queen and he is controlling this square, queen is controlling this square. It again result in a checkmate. So you have seen in most of the sequence which we played with a fried liver attack, we are easily able to win this game. And all of them are leading towards our victory. Then you may ask me that what if our opponents play the fried liver attack against us? Then how will we win? So what we will do is like we have another plan. Now we are gonna learn that what we should do if your opponent play fried liver attack. So let's just get back to the position and we have in the chessboard. So now we are gonna discuss that what should we do with the black pieces. So just a second, I'm just gonna write about the thing which would be the response of fried liver attack. And that is Traxler Counter Gambit. So we are gonna go with Traxler Counter Gambit. This is the one of the best response of fried liver attack. So now let's just look at this position. We will again come back to the same position where opponent will play e4 and we play e5. We will let our opponent think that they are going with their plan, and here we have a surprise with black pieces. They will play knight f3, we play knight c6, they play bishop c4, which is the main idea of fried liver attack, and then we play knight f6, allowing him to come and do the fried liver attack. Now you see that your opponent has already been in this position where they can capture the pawn on f7. And earlier I told you the best move that we have gone through was pawn d5. So now here we are not gonna play the pawn d5, which is the expected move from your opponent. We are going for some like nasty plan with our bishop, and that is bishop c5. So now at this very point, your opponent may think that he is already winning because he can just capture the pawn on f7 and make a double attack on your queen and the rook. So if we are attacking our queen and a rook, now you have to find the correct sequence. So I'm gonna tell you how can we correct. Yeah, we will just discuss about that also a bit. I will take that question at the end. Like at the end, we are taking the doubts from every one of you. Right now, we can follow up the position. So over here, what we will do that if the knight comes to f7, what we have to do is to capture the pawn on f2 with the bishop. Now, you can see that we have sacrificed our bishop, although our queen and rook are already under attack. So I told you, it is a risky plan over here, but here, if the king captures your bishop, then you can go up with the series of attack that is leading to your victory. So can you tell me what move should we do right now? Yes, all of you try to find the good move. You have to give a check to the opponent king. How will we give a check to the opponent king? Yes, I'm just looking in the chat for the correct answers. You got 1 minute to find the correct sequence. Yeah, we are just looking at. Yeah, that's good. Kundan, you have got a move. Let's see about the others, what they are looking at. Yeah, just type your answer and we are just waiting for the thing. One of you have found the correct move to give a check. Let's see what other things that how could we give a check in this point. That's right, Abir. Very good. And that's right, Setu. And we got there is yeah, there is one more people who have found the correct move. That is right. Knight e4 is the correct move. Okay, very good. So the move that we should do is knight e4. And if you do the knight e4, you give a check to the king and king retreats. This is the one sequence that we are going to discuss. If king goes back to the original position, you have to save your queen, giving a check to the king. So now you will play the queen to h4, giving a check to the king. And the best response in this position is that your opponent can play the pawn to g3. And again, you if you know that how can we use the pin and the various tactics, you know that we can just give up our knight by capturing this pawn. No matter what, if they capture our knight, then we will capture this rook. And if they will not capture our knight, then still we will capture their rook. So let's see if they capture our knight. If they capture our knight, then we have to capture their rook and they will play the king forward. Then you have to again give a check to the king. How will we give a check to the king? Tell me. But not using the queen. Yeah, that's right. We can see that all of you are like quite concentrated and following up the moves. Yeah, we see that. Kundan has found the correct move that we have to give a check to the king using the knight. And if you use your knight to give a check to the king, then king has to move away. And if king will move away, what will we do? Tell me, all of you, what we will do. Now I will wait for 2 minutes to all of you to find the correct move. Yeah, just try the move that what should we do right now? Yeah, we already did knight d4 and the king has moved to f2. So what should we do right now? Yes, all of you, find the best move in this position. Okay, Kundan has found and he just like wrote the thing instead of the thing. Okay, that's great. We can see that some of you are also able to find the knight d4. That's right. And Abir says queen f3. Abir, if you move your queen to f3, you will end up losing this game. So you just try to find another way. Kundan, that's very good. Yeah, that's right. We have to take this queen. Now, when we will take this queen, you can see that even if your opponent wants to take the rook, that is his best move, then also we can consider h2 also. So we can see that one of us, like one of our viewers, is suggesting queen h2. So if you go with queen h2, that is a little bit complicated line, but yeah, you can go with it. Then king will go here. And like to simplify this position, we should capture the queen right now. Although queen h2 is one of the good move, that's very good. You have found this technical line, but we can discuss it like some another because we have a queen in hand. We just capture it immediately. And if they capture our rook, we can capture their bishop, resulting in this, and we can capture his rook as well. So now you have a queen, and almost you have just captured every pieces of white. Almost like they have three pieces, knight, bishop, and the knight, and you will be having the bishop, knight, and rook and queen. And I see that this is sufficient for you to win this game because at this point, your opponent king is vulnerable to attack and he can't castle. Also, the thing is like you have a good setup of pawns which can be used for the promotion in the end game. So now the thing is that after this variation, we got to know that we can easily capture the queen and go ahead and win this game. What about the another thing? Let's see. We can go back to the position where this was the thing. And now at this point, you may ask me that what you will do if the king will come forward. Now, he is not going backward. Instead of that, he just comes forward. So if he come forward, then what you have to do is to move your queen to h4. So let's just get back to the position, and now we are moving our queen to h4 again so that we can save our queen. Now they capture our rook. So can you tell me how will we continue in this position? Any ideas? If you have an idea, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Yes, I know that everybody here is like very talented because I just get from the responses that everybody are able to find the moves correctly. So I hope you will be able to find this tricky move in this position. Just waiting for you to find your answers. And yeah, let's just go ahead. So we are still waiting for your move. Okay, that's really great. Okay, that's good. One of you are able to find the move. That's very good. Still waiting for other people to find the move. Okay, that's very good. So now what we have to do here is to give a check to the king with the queen. You can choose the either way, but the best way, like here, you can continue with queen f4 or queen f2. Queen f2 is the chat suggestion, but then they will capture the knight. So how will we continue this position? This is checkmate in two. Just tell me how will we continue this? So now what you have to do is like you have to give a check to the king with the pawn e d5. So now when you give a check to the king, what if the bishop captures your pawn? Can you do a checkmate in one over here? All of you? You have to find a checkmate in one here, just waiting for your answers, and then we can proceed with the next thing. How will we do the checkmate right now? Just write in the chat. I'm just looking at all of your answers. Yes. Yash, Aditya, Kundan, and we see that there are people like Abir, Yashna. We are waiting for the thing. Yeah, one of you are able to find the correct move here. That's very good, Kundan. That's nice. Let's see about the other people. Will they able to find this tricky move? Don't look at the answers in the chat. Just try to find it by yourself. You can do it. Everyone can do it. That's right. Abir has also able to find the move correctly. That's very good. Two of you are already able to find the move. What about others? Yeah, we see that. Okay, but is that result in a checkmate? Tell me, Mr. AKS, that if you move your queen to f4, it is not resulting in a checkmate. Queen d4 is another move suggestion. That is also a great move, but it is not again resulting in a checkmate. Because if you move your queen to d4, then he will play the king here. Although, despite of that, this is a very good move, but it is not resulting in a checkmate. You have to do a checkmate. If you want to do a checkmate, you have to look closely in this position that your queen is taking this square from the king. The knight is protecting this pawn, so the king can't go there. And queen is also taking this squares from the king. So the only safe squares for your king is this one and this one. So you have to attack the king in such a way which will be resulting in no safe square for the white king. Yes, we are looking for the answers. One of you are able to, like, two of you are able to get it correctly. What about the others? Let's just check it out. Now, I again gave you 1 more minute to figure it out. How can you do a checkmate? Yes, Abir, you can raise your question just in 2 minutes. Try to find a checkmate right now. That's right, Mr. AKS. Very good. You are also able to find the move. And we can see there is one people known as name Fun. Okay, that's a very interesting name, and you are also able to find the move. Very good. Okay, so the right answer here is Bishop F5, which is resulting in again checkmate. That's very good. So now it's time for you to ask the question. So those who have a question, you can just type in the chat, and I can just take the questions from you. Yes, Abir, you can go ahead. You have told me you have a questions. So just ask your question. What is your question? Just type in the chat. Bishop b5. Okay. Is that your question, Abir? Please type your question if you have any. All of you, like, if you have any doubt in any particular position that we have discussed, you can just type the move order, and I will try to get back to that position so that you can understand it. And if you already understand whole thing that we have discussed today, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, your name is Medha. That's right. That's very good. You are able to find the correct move, Medha. So now, Medha, just look at this position and try to tell me, like, do you have any doubt in any of the things that we discussed? We discussed about the fried liver attack, and we discussed what if we do f3 before c3. Okay, let's see. We have a question for Amavir that what if we do f3 before c3. So let's just go to the position first. Just a second. You are asking about the Traxler, or you are asking about the fried liver attack? Abir, just type it. Yeah, we see that Mr. AK has already got the move. And yes, Abir. Okay, okay. We got you, Abir. What if the king goes to f3? This is your question, Abir. Is it? So if your like king goes to f3, still you have to play the queen like h4. That's a good move. Or you can go for queen f6. Like we will go for queen h4, and then we will move our pawn here, Abir, attacking this bishop, and then attacking the king. Or else you can go for, like, when you are protecting this knight, they can attack your queen, then you can attack their king. their king will move slightly over here. Then there's a clearance thing. So now you have to find the correct sequence over here. And yes, I gave you a time to find it. No, it is not Traveler, Abir. It is Traxler. And you have to capture this pawn. They will capture it. You capture with the queen giving a check. And again, king come back to this square where it was. So now Abir, you knows how to continue here. Again, the king is in the center. So what should we do? Abir, again, we will give it like first of all. Yeah. So now we can just like what should we do? Like we see that most of you got the answer. Yes, Abir. I'm just giving this move to so that you can find the move by yourself. Yes, that's right, Abir. So now what we have to do is right now, just a second, we can again give a check to the king with the pawn. And if the king goes here, you have to continue the sequence resulting in a checkmate. So yes, it is a little bit tricky now, but we can do it. We can give a check with the bishop, Abir. If the king goes back, that's fine. And if king goes here, then it will be soon be checkmate. How? You can see that. Yes, all of you are following till now? Okay, we can see that all of you have understood. So still Abir have a doubt in this one. So we are following this sequence, Abir, which will result in a check. The king here again a check. And if the king goes here, now Abir, I give you a chance to find a move to do a checkmate. We see that most of you have also got it and already get it correctly. So Abir, you have to move your bishop back with a check and bishop comes here, which will result in a checkmate. So this is a very like dense calculation process where your king goes to f3. What should you do? So, but now in this one also, Abir, you can see that we have got a checkmate. And I hope your doubt is clear, Abir, and that's not the thing. Okay, so if you like this video and if you understood about the both the variation, just make sure you should like in the chat and also subscribe this channel so that you can stay tuned with us and we are going to discuss about more attacking plan in our coming session. So just give a like if you understood the thing, and even if you not, then we will also try to make you clear about the things. And you can also subscribe our channel for the thing. Those who are new to this channel, just they can just click on the link to take a free trial, because then after that you can understand about like how interesting chess is, and you can understand about the more about the chess with our coaches and who are already in our academy. They know that how we are learning the chess. So that's it for the today's session. And yeah, thank you everyone. Bye. Good night.